All right, well, we are very curious now because Victoria has sold us on trying to improve our diets and removing some of these allergens from our lives. Now we're going to put her to the test because she says she makes a really great chocolate cake, and we're going to do so right now with Victoria Yeh, author of, and I want to get this right again, the Food Allergy Cookbook. Where do I start? Your essential gluten-free, dairy-free, and sugar-free book. Nice to have
shorter title next time, okay? Victoria, I'm just saying.
It's good. It's good for the practicing of the diction. All right. So what have we got here?
Okay, great. So we're going to start with 6 eggs, and I'm going to get you to beat these for me.
Oh, right.
Oh, boy, you haven't seen our show before, have you,
know,
Victoria?
okay.
This could be dangerous.
So now one thing about gluten-free, so you just have to turn that knob to the right.
Okay.
One thing about gluten-free foods, if you've ever tried some gluten-free breads or products in stores, sometimes they're crumbly or they're kind of dry.
Yeah.
So the reason is because gluten is a binding agent, so it helps things stick together.
Okay.
And it also helps things rise, and it also, you know, helps keep things a little more moist. So the eggs are really important in this recipe to add that fat content, the moisture.
Okay.
And then helps.
Would you normally put more eggs then in order to like?
You can if you make something and it turns out dry, then I would add an egg. Try to.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to add some grapeseed oil. So this is my substitution for butter, like I said before. You can keep eating that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to take a break there, Victoria.
Whoa, getting bossy already.
I like it.
3/4 cups of grapeseed oil. You can put that in. That's vanilla. 5 teaspoons of vanilla.
Okay.
And then you can pour in that maple syrup.
Oh, natural goodness.
And
Oh,
that's
boy.
1/2 cup of maple syrup.
A little Canadiana for you in
Yeah,
there.
there you
Lovely.
go. That's wonderful. You can stop beating that now.
Oh, thank you. I think she's realized that you have to give very specific instructions.
Okay, so I'm going to take this out. And that stevia right there, if you open it up and measure out 1/8 of a teaspoon, which is right there, and just sprinkle it into here. Now, stevia, a lot of people complain that stevia has a bitter aftertaste. So the trick to stevia is finding a brand that is only stevia. So that one is purely stevia powder.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Or you find a liquid that's only stevia in water. And those won't have that
So
aftertaste.
make sure you read the labeling and it says 100%.
Exactly.
What kind do you have here? So people.
So that's
stevia
purely
concentrate.
stevia. That's actually manufactured in berry.
This is the kind that I use for my my green water.
Oh, very nice. There you go.
Okay.
Now you can get this at any health food store,
Yes.
I would imagine?
Yeah,
Okay.
most health food stores. Again, read the label because not all of them are the same.
Okay.
Okay, so now we've mixed together all these liquid ingredients. The next thing we're going to do is we have dry ingredients here. I have 2 cups of brown rice flour, 1.5 cups of sweet rice flour, and then I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of cocoa.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to pour, and I have, a tablespoon of baking soda as well. And I'm
Okay.
going to mix a little bit in here. And we'll do it alternating with some rice milk. And the reason you do that is so that it doesn't get lumpy. So I'll let you mix again.
Okay.
All right.
Just as high as it'll go here? Okay.
That's fine.
I'm interested. That's interesting because you didn't like mix it all first. You're just, that doesn't even matter, right?
No, it'll all mix in the end.
Right.
Okay, so if we had poured the whole thing in, it's going to be a lumpy mess, and that's not what you
Yeah,
want.
you'll kind of get lumps in there, kind of, you know, lumpy pancakes kind of
Yeah,
thing.
no one likes that.
Right.
So then as that mixes in, then I'll add a little milk. And then you'll keep on alternating like that until you mixed all the ingredients together.
And this is the rice milk you're using
Yes.
that's got a little sweetness to it anyway, right?
Exactly,
so
yeah.
you're adding a little bit more
Victoria,
sweetness.
these are amazing tips that you're giving.
Yeah.
That obviously the trial and error you've already done. You've learned these things. Are they in the book as well?
Yes, they are,
Oh, good.
definitely.
Okay.
Because this is
So
important.
this is you can use this as a reference resource guide for yourself
Yeah,
as well,
you know, the
right?
first 50 pages in the book
put
is...
more in?
You can actually stop that. We'll just move on to the next.
Okay.
All right.
The first 50 pages of the book
Can
are
you
actually...
come every month?
I love Victoria. This is great.
You can stop.
Are you from Ottawa?
I actually grew up in Nepean, yeah.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay. So we can have her back into Boston.
So the first 50 pages of the book are really about how to think about making substitutions and how to think about managing your time and multiple food allergies. For example, if one person's a vegetarian, one person's gluten-free.
Yeah, it's tough, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and then the last part of the book is really the cookbook recipes.
Okay.
So once this batter's all mixed, then you'll pour it into a baking pan that's lined with parchment paper.
Okay.
So I've lined it with basically I took the parchment paper, I traced a circle around the bottom of my pan, then I cut it a little bit bigger. I drew a dark circle. Don't use marker to do it, though.
Okay.
And then I snip the edges right to the circle.
Okay.
And then when you put it in, it'll fit right into the bottom of the pan.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Little tricks, eh?
And then you line the side of it with just a strip. And the reason you do this is because this cake needs to cook for an hour and a half.
Okay.
So when it's lined, it won't burn, and plus it'll come out really easy.
Yeah,
but
because you
won't
can't
have
use
to-
the
Yeah.
flour.
Exactly.
And the parchment paper is miracle paper.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like just in the last year I've started using it. It's amazing.
It's great.
Nothing burns and it comes off
Yes.
so quickly.
Especially if you're using natural sweeteners like maple syrup or honey that can burn easily in the oven, the
Right.
parchment paper will be great.
Okay.
So once it's done an
Oh
hour and a
my.
half in the oven, it'll come out. And what I did
Hello.
was
Look at how gorgeous
I
that
actually
is.
I trimmed the top because you know how the top kind of,
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Then I trimmed it so it's flat, and then I used this giant Chinese butcher knife.
Okay, sure.
Okay, well.
We trust
Which
you.
you don't need to do.
Yeah.
But I cut it in half, and what we're going to do is I'll put this on
Oh,
a
so
plate.
this, okay, yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
So I cut it in half so that we can have a filling in the middle.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
And that's the icing. So Derek, you can ice.
And you made this
Oh, nice.
gluten-free as well?
This is gluten-free. There is sugar in the icing.
Okay.
So the icing is
I'm gonna move
icing,
this over.
sugar, vegetable shortening,
Oh, sorry, TL. I'm gonna.
That's okay.
and
slide.
vanilla, and a little bit of rice milk.
Wow,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Now, you can make a sugar-free icing as well with xylitol, and I talk about that in my book. So if you did that, this cake would actually be completely gluten-free, dairy-free, and
Sugar-free. Xylitol is another type of thing like stevia, right? That's a natural...
It's a natural sweetener. It's either derived from elm trees or from corn.
Okay.
It's actually in a lot of gums. You know the gums that say improves your dental health?
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
Xylitol actually improves your enamel.
Oh, perfect.
The only thing is,
Unbelievable.
Cake that improves your enamel.
I know.
I love this.
I can't wait. Can you hurry up, please? I want to try
Sorry.
this.
so then you can put strawberries in the middle. That's good enough.
That's good. Okay.
So I'll get TL to place a few strawberries in the middle there.
Love to, love to. Victoria, I wanted to ask you something. Now, say somebody finds that they are not gluten intolerant or they do not have specific sensitivities, okay? Is it still beneficial to make some of these changes in our lives, and why?
I think it can never hurt to have a varied diet.
Right.
One dietitian told me actually that a lot of food allergies can be caused by eating the same food day in, day out, every day.
Right.
If you think about it, wheat and dairy and sugar are in foods that we eat every day
So
for every
true.
meal.
Yeah.
You know what I heard as well, and this this could be just the internet talking, but no, but I heard that because in the late 80s, early 90s, we ate so much pasta, and stuff because then it was like don't eat fat. Remember, and everybody was eating that people are more sensitive now to
And-
wheats.
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm not surprised to hear that actually.
I
There
heard
can be a
that.
lot of different causes, and wheat actually has changed too because of agriculture. We've actually changed what wheat is as well.
Of course.
Okay.
So and you just use this icing for the
Yes.
for the rest?
So all you have to do is ice the rest of the cake, and then
Okay.
through the magic of television,
Nice. Oh my goodness.
Look at
How cute! This is a work of
Fantastic.
art. This is like amazing.
Not only are you good at, cooking it, you're also good at presentation. Here, I'm just saying presentation and look what happened. I jinxed her.
That would have been on Funniest Videos or something if that had went over. Victoria, you are such a treat.
Thank
really,
you very
I
much.
mean, you're really lovely and you're so good at what you do. And obviously, this book is a wealth of knowledge. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's an education as well as the recipes. There's an education on everything that you've spoken on today. So we really appreciate you being here.
Thanks.
When you're in Ottawa next time, you have to let us know.
I
Okay?
absolutely will, and thank you so much for having me.
Oh, look
I'm
at she's writing out
in little-
Rogers.
Oh, nice.
Came out a
Very
little
nice.
silly.
Where can people get the book, most importantly?
So www.glutenfreeliving.ca is where the book
Okay.
is, and there's some other resources. I'm also speaking at the Ottawa Public Library tonight, Wednesday night at 7 p.m., and it's a free seminar for the public.
Wonderful.
Fantastic.
You're just a treasure. Thanks
Thanks
thank
so
you
much.
for
One of
being
our
here.
favorite new guests.
I know.
Already. One
Isn't
visit.
she fun? She makes me all happy.
Me too.
Let's eat the cake.
Yep.
Be right back.
Don't go anywhere. Where's the knife?
I know.
Not the butcher.